Steve here.
Dan Larson.
Wait.
Sorry, it's gonna take me this whole week. Well, maybe I won't have to worry about it. Do it again.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And young boy Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast. Oh, this is News Brief. That's right. Yeah, it's the day after WrestleMania, and everybody's hungover from Mania weekend. So I guess the only question is, what's in the news, young boy?
First item of news.
Hold on.
Quizzlemania. I'm going to be on Quizzlemania, and I'm going to win myself Big Red maybe, or I'm probably just going to embarrass myself, expose myself. Quizzlemania be my Firefly Funhouse match and expose me for the fraud I am.
It's going to revert you to previous Larson.
I'm going to be playing gaming enthusiast is what it's going to be after I'm done with Quizzlemania. Send me back to my 10 for the win days, Machinima days.
Exactly. So
Wednesday,
it's going to be on this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time,
yes.
4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. British time. And it's going to be over there at Parts Unknown, which is the spinoff to the Wrestle Talk channel.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, they've invited us on. You're up first. And then maybe assuming how well or how not well you do, maybe I'll get a chance too. I don't know. They might be like, this guy is too good, or this guy is just so bad he's making everybody look bad.
Sucks. It's all about win or lose, whether I do well or absolutely embarrass myself. It'll be fun. Check it out, please.
So in theory, the idea of hopping on one of these as a collaboration is to get subs, but people might like drop out of sheer embarrassment if you do so bad.
I can't get a single question right. I'm like, this guy's supposed to know wrestling. He doesn't know anything.
It's like, which number WrestleMania was this year's?
27.
So I have decided, though, as incentive for you to bone up on your trivia skills, I'm putting Big Red up on the line, man, and I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you to take this home, and you get the added incentive of being able, as of Wednesday, if you do well, no more young boy title for you, no more Nibbon, now Ichiban. If you win Quizzlemania.
Here's the thing, the young boy thing isn't that bad. As a punishment, it's not that bad at all. It really isn't.
It makes me laugh, though.
That's fine.
Anyways, Larson, what's in the news?
What's the news? Well, first and foremost, with only tonight's Raw, post-Mania Raw in the can for the WWE, and most states operating under some kind of stay-at-home order, it seems to be a lot of uncertainty about the future of WWE's TV tapings.
Yeah.
But on Wrestling Observer's post-Mania episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer gave what may be an indication of what could be happening. The transcripts are from WrestlingNews.co. That's what Meltzer had to say. Quote, they're looking to tape SmackDown sometime between now and Friday. I mean, there is a location they're trying to keep secret. It's supposed to be in a shutdown state, but we'll see what happens. Maybe they won't be able to do it. Maybe they will, but that's the goal, at least for this week. So I read that Orange County, where Orlando is, in Florida, they were supposed to have a stay-at-home order that was set to expire on the 9th. However, I don't know who the county council leadership, whatever it is, was looking to extend that. Of course, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, finally got around to doing a stay-at-home order statewide. So no indication what state this could be. My understanding is that a vast majority of the states already have some sort of stay-at-home order. I don't know as of about 12:40 on Monday what states do not.
If I'm not mistaken,
it's a constantly fluid situation where they might plan something on, say, Thursday to tape, and between now and then that state could get hit with a bunch of cases. They would have to institute a stay-at-home order. I don't know, but they says a shutdown state. So.
There's two things happening here. Number one, as of the weekend, I believe it was at 8 states that didn't have statewide stay-at-home orders. They all have some amount
social
of
distancing ordinances in place.
Yeah, exactly. And then number two, it does appear that there is a correlation. The states that have not been doing stay-at-home orders, that have not been vigilant, are showing way higher cases of the virus being positive cases in those states.
Mr. Dubs 88 says, got to go to Iowa. No one will find them there. Someone in our WWE's employ has a wrestling school in Iowa.
Oh, is that true? Is that where Seth is? That's where Seth is. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
He lives in Davenport, Iowa.
So, I don't know. I hope that, look, they seem to be going full. I mean, look, they advertised Money in the Bank May 10th. So it seems like they're going to
have a hard time believing that's going to happen.
You would have. Here's the thing, man. I totally would have thought that advertising that meant that they had something. Like we talked about this last night, that they had something in place. You know, you mentioned that McMahon was on the call with Trump and the NFL people. You'd have said, look, I'll give you guys an exemption because we'll call you an essential business as long as they, keep being vigilant about testing and stuff like that. But evidently, they are doing this by the seat of their pants, man. And they're like, "Oh, where can we go now? Where can we go now? Come to my house."
International waters is their next opportunity.
Seemingly, they're gonna keep on trying to do this any way they can, though.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Meltzer also reported that that butthole president of ours had this call with sports commissioners and executives, including Vince McMahon, and that he told them that he, quote, wanted sports back as soon as possible and talked August, which would be right before the Republican convention is scheduled. And in particular, wanted to start the NFL season on time. He also wanted to create tax incentives to get fans to buy tickets again if they are leery. That dude is not paying attention. People are just itching to get out of the house.
What?
Once you say go to baseball games, like baseball games are going to sell out. That's because people want to get out of the house.
I kind of have a theory about that, man. I think that if there's one of two things could deter that from happening. I think that if people start if footage starts coming out, if any footage, because hospitals are on lockdown right now, if footage starts leaking from these hospitals about what's going on, that's one thing that might deter people. Or if the body counts just start shooting way up like they could
I know.
possibly.
You read the accounts what's happening in New York, and it's horrifying.
If they're talking, if they're talking like 300,000 people or more, then I think that's gonna deter people. But I don't know. People are like, they're already not deterred. You see pictures all over the place of people not adhering to this stuff. So I don't know. It is what it is.
I think there's gonna be a component of people who are probably just gonna do what they want to do regardless.
Yeah. This was kind of interesting though. There was also on Wrestling Observer Radio some talk about both the pre-film match, well, the special matches, the Firefly Funhouse match. This was kind of interesting. Meltzer noted the creative masterminds behind Night 2's excellent Firefly Funhouse bout were Bruce Pritchard and Bray Wyatt, with some input from John Cena. Dave mentioned that Bruce and Bray put most of the match together, with Cena suggesting some changes. While Meltzer doesn't know exactly what Cena suggested, he did mention that his notes supposedly made the match better, and apparently I'd also read there were fairly significant changes. So Cena seemed to be pretty into this.
That's great.
And you could tell, I mean, look, man, this was going to be, he was either going to be all in or all out, and I'm very glad that he went all in because nobody's, here's the thing about this match. If you really open yourself up to it, nobody's been paid this amount of respect by the WWE ever with this kind of match. Nobody.
Yeah. You can pretty much tell Cena was all in when he came out in the prototype gear, and then Bray did the Bellas theme to him. Yeah,
totally.
That's when you kind of knew that nothing really was going to be, off the table in terms of what could be approached to this thing.
I know. Yeah,
it was great. It was great. Just a masterclass of storytelling and creative filmmaking there. I need to go watch that again.
There was also details about the Boneyard match produced by a different crew.
Yes.
What Culture apparently has some details on how the Boneyard match came together. For one thing, the match was not shot near the WWE Performance Center, and WWE contracted an outside production unit to custom build the set that would be used, and it took 5 whole days to make everything they wanted. Triple H and Michael PSAs, the Freebird himself, apparently were so impressed with their work that the match became more ambitious. What Culture noted, WWE deliberately hired locals in the Orange County community, some working for the hired-in production company that wouldn't have received a paycheck at all had the promotion not required their graft. And sources said it's no exaggeration to state that WWE paid their rent for April. They also said that everyone was seriously great to work with.
That's cool. That's really cool. The match was shot over the course of 8 hours on March 25th. One of the things that was supposed to be much more ambitious but had to be scaled back was The Undertaker's entrance, scored by Metallica, of course. Yeah. He was supposed to roll in his motorcycle, but there's supposed to be a ditch and a bridge, some other stuff involved. But WWE couldn't get the permits to film in all those various locations, so they just kept it all on the set they had.
Yeah.
Apparently, AJ, The Undertaker, and Anderson and Gallows helped coach the Druids in terms of how to take their bumps.
Oh, that's cool.
And they all, quote, spent as much time as necessary with the extras to ensure they know how to take a good kicking on camera, and also this is great. This makes me so happy. Apparently, all the dialogue was improvised during this match.
Wow, I didn't see this part. As was Taker punching through the window.
Yeah,
man,
I thought that would have been a gimmick window and everything, but guess not.
Did he not know what happened to Goldberg when he did that? He was out for like 9 months.
What I read was like he like the spot they executed, but his fist wasn't supposed to go through the window.
Oh wow!
So
he gave it his all, man. He just let it. Man. Yeah, whatever.
Yep. And then also Triple H and Michael P.S. Hayes spotted that prop hand on set, and of course that was used towards the end, but it was the Undertaker's idea to put an AJ Styles glove on it, stick it in the dirt, and have it sticking out of the hole that AJ was buried in.
Man, if they don't do a 24 on the production of that match, they're fools. Because
give me 2 episodes, one on this one on the Firefly Funhouse.
I would love that. I'll be honest with you, with the Firefly Funhouse one, I wouldn't mind just keeping that mystery alive, To
a certain extent. Oh, another thing about the Boneyard one is while it wasn't reported by What Culture, there's pictures of the set on Twitter that popped up, and Jeremy Borash was on set.
Yeah. That's right. They said, Borash was involved with that too. So not a surprise. I mean, I think Borash was a Triple H hire.
Yeah, Triple H was on set as well.
Yeah.
You can see
so hopefully that means I saw somewhere. I didn't actually see the actual quote, but it was floating around on Twitter that Triple H hinted that there might be more stuff like that in the future. Hopefully that becomes, the idea of doing filmed matches, special event matches, especially as it pertains to bringing back legends. If they're going to have Goldberg do more stuff, maybe do it like the Boneyard match, if they're going to have...
I just don't know if he would be to that. Goldberg's so about being believable.
I'm just talking about like when they're bringing in older guys, they look a lot better when you take a shot, you shoot, and then you stop, and then you shoot, and then you stop. It just comes off as better.
Agreed.
In terms of the personality, yeah. But Goldberg's he's not opposed, I think, to taking a paycheck. And he's done plenty of movies of his own. So, what was that Santa one that he did?
Santa Slay or something like that?
Something like that. I don't know. Anyways. On the audio version of today's show, we're going to be answering some questions via the Twitter. So be sure to look us up on whatever podcast app you use. Hit that follow button or the subscribe button or whatever is there. Leave us a rating, review, or comment if you are already listening there. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.